Hey, good morning, everyone. Today is Monday. I believe it's the 28th. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can double check because that's important. Yep, it's Monday, September 28th. It's about quarter to 11 in the morning. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the importance of looking. A lot of people of looking at everything through child's eyes, through new eyes, through fresh eyes. A lot of people say that being green or quote unquote green or naive is not a good thing, but sometimes it is. It is. It's important to see things sometimes without any judgments or, prior references or anything like that. So I say this because, for those people that work in situations where you're dealing with maybe clients all day, customers all day, and I think all of us do because any job that you have is administrative, customer service, and technical to some point. You know what I'm saying? And so each and every customer or person that we interact with, there's an opportunity, to look at them with fresh eyes. And I think it's important to do that because if you look at people without any prejudgments, you give an opportunity to remove the cap on the potential that they have to mean something to you. There was a quote, again, earlier this morning, TikTok reminded me of, and it was, I don't know what kind of apple. Is this an orange tree, you guys? There was a quote, speaking of orange trees, I'll tell y'all something about some trees in a minute. There was a quote this morning that nothing is a more powerful revealer of someone's true character than no nothing is more powerful revealer of someone's true character than how they treat people when they don't think that they need you. Okay, so that's the thing about looking at people, places, and things with fresh eyes. If you look at people not based on your any prior references or prejudgments, you don't have the opportunity to ascertain for yourself whether you think you need that person or that person is useful or not to you. So, because it's a manifestation of your character if you're treating someone good only because you think that they may be useful to you. Okay? So, we want to make sure that our character withstands that and that in our presence, in our interactions, in our dealing with people, we're treating each situation as a brand new situation. Um, yeah. So, and I say this because, again, just so many of these cliches and things that are out there are so true about how when you point your finger at someone else or you look for the flaw in someone else, again, Bible theories that people don't look at anymore because there is some truth in the Bible and a lot of other things that we look at. But, wow. So, I have a big opportunity now and I need to feel it for real, for real. So today, the rest of the day, I'm going to be cleaning up all day long and working on stuff and, you know, putting some dollars and things together. But so back to, why that message hit me hard again this morning. Because I was supposed to go look at a house this morning. I did. I'm just coming back from looking at it now. And I like it. It's a lot bigger. Okay. I think there's 5 bedrooms. At least the owner is, advertises a lot bigger. But I did videotape the whole, little tour or whatever. And the only thing I'm worried about, because a lot of times when you're looking at houses and things like that, there's things that you don't know about. And perhaps just to be out of fairness that the owner may not know about, if all the things are working. But this owner says she will walk through with me, you know, to, so she can see what's working and what's not and whatever. And this is, I guess, after, after I turned the electricity and everything on. But you guys, wow, is all I can say. It's important not to prejudge because this particular house, I'm gonna be honest with you, probably about 6 to 7 months ago, maybe more, I don't know, I was to go look at it, and I guess somebody hurry up, and I guess it's all about money for private owners, but this is a rent to own, you guys. Woo! A rent to own. And so ow. So God is good to those who wait, I guess. But just to continue on with this, am I on the right street? I don't know where I am. I'm on the wrong street. This is not my street, but anyhow, we'll find my street. Um, but so here's the story. So about 6 or 7 months ago, and I didn't realize it because I was walking around and I figured if that house was only rented 6 or 7 months ago or so, that it wouldn't be back up. So through my walking, doing different errands and whatever. There's so many bugs. I'm being bitten up right now in the middle of the day. Oh, this made me so mad. This dude just threw a cup out the door. That made no sense. Onto the ground. But, through my excursions and trying to rent and things like that, looking for a rent to own, I've been looking. God is good. But, I think I came across this house previously. And what ended up happening was before I even had a chance to view it, someone else, I guess, had already put down the deposit and the rent is what I'm thinking kind of what happened now. I'm not for sure if that's really what happened. But so, and I was really kind of upset and disappointed because I was looking hard. Y'all know I was looking since last October and everything is a stepping stone. So when I saw this sign up again, I didn't think that it was for the same house. But I was like, this seems really familiar. And it actually was. Disgusting people. They were using that cup to put weed stuff in. But so it actually was. And when I figured it out after I set the appointment for it, I was a little bit mad because I had a prejudgment. I was like, okay, is this lady playing or what? Didn't you just have this house up for rent like 6 months ago? And again, I don't know the situation. I could be walking into the same thing where the house that I have for rent right now, it's about to be vacated because I'm not gonna say that, but it's all up to God. God is doing what He's doing. But for a person to move in somewhere and then leave that fast, I just got a text message, but of course I can't see because I didn't have my glasses on. But I'll check it out when I finish vlogging. So just for a person to rent a house and to leave that fast, it tells me personally something's wrong with it. So I'm asking, why did these folks leave? And at first she was just like, oh, I don't know. Then later she told me that the person lost their job, their wife lost the job. But I'm thinking you have two people that are working, or you should, in a household, and it's the wife that lost the job. That's why. That's crazy. So mosquitoes biting the heck out of me. Um, so yeah, but I definitely, would like to move on. So that is what I'm going to be working on. um, but yeah, so the prejudgment that I had was that, okay, after I figured out, hey, this lady actually had this house up for rent about 6 or 7 months ago. Where did those people go? Why did they move out? It had to be a reason. Then the other little trick to it was that the house um, was at the house. She said it was central air, but there was like air conditioners in the back, like window units. Okay. And as y'all know, I have 3 window units. So if that's the case, it's not a problem. But if she lied to me and told me that there was, and it's all messed up, because what her excuse would be like, oh, I didn't know, the yard is a lot smaller in the front, which is okay because I don't be in the front. In the back, it's a lot bigger. Or no, it's not a lot bigger. It's a little bit. It's probably about the same size or a tad bit smaller in the back. It has a pecan tree, blueberry trees, and she threatened to come back and take the blueberry tree. I was like, if I give you the money, you're not gonna take that. But again, back to judgment, because that's the whole point. I was I had a tendency to want to prejudge because I was like, okay, ain't this the same lady that had this house for rent like 6 or 7 months ago? And had a house for rent 6 or 7 months ago. And the day that we were supposed to meet and I was going to confirm it, She was telling me she had already rented it to someone, and that was disappointing because y'all know I was looking for a long time. But everything happens in due time for due reason, and cleaning up today because I'm in preparation to go. The good thing is I didn't see any bugs when I went over there, so that's always a good thing. No bugs, anything that looked like droppings, but it was so dark, to be honest with you. I couldn't really tell. Just like when I first came here, the rat droppings, I was like, okay, maybe it's just, burnt things off the stove, but I'm exhausted. Okay, so, but that was fun. I'm glad I did that. I'm thankful for the opportunity. Um, yeah. So, yeah, but the house is good. And the house is bigger. So probably the reason the yard is a little bit smaller is because they probably built out the back and the window units are there. Maybe because the central air doesn't go all the way back there. But back to the lesson, I'm tired. The lesson is, about prejudgment or looking at things with fresh eyes, because when we don't, our words, our thoughts, our perceptions of people, placing things, it has a lot of power. The energy that we put out. I think I saw something this morning about talking about quantum physics, how your brain is geared to manipulate the molecules around you, and all that stuff. I didn't really get into it because I know the premise of it and I know the premise is true. But as far as really thinking about it, my brain would explode, or it would require me to think and change my mind to a different level to actually think and process all of that. So I just take it for the face value of what it is. But yeah, perceptions and being careful of those. Like I said, 6 or 7 months ago, I didn't realize till after I set the appointment that this was the same house I was set to look at, but someone had rented it out from under me. And when I went to the place, oh yeah, when I went to the place, today, she kept selling it as it's such a big space. It's such a big space, and I don't have a problem with it being a big space because I need a big space, and it is bigger than here, and I do need it. And there is an option of rent to own. She's doing 5,000 down, which, yeah, and she's willing for me to, allow me to do the deposit over time. So I'll probably do like 800 a month or something like that. And then, basically when I get to the point where I'm purchasing, where I'm purchasing it, good to go. And then the rent will count towards the mortgage and whatever like that. And I guess I'll be responsible for the taxes. I'm not sure how that goes, but yeah. So and the thought, I'm gonna tell you, I keep saying I'm gonna tell you, but I'm so thirsty right now, I can't even think. I'm gonna tell you the thought process between, again, looking at things with fresh eyes. When I said that, if I had known that this house was one that I looked at and it was the one that, or, was trying to get an internal view of, and I said, I want to sit this down somewhere so bad, that I wanted to get an internal view of and everything, and that I had spoken to this woman previously, I would have had an attitude about it. I would have been like, oh, I'm not going to go see that place, or I would have wanted it, and the vibe would have been a little different because I would have been like, oh, she tried to stand me up the last time. But when I went, the thing about, having encountered that place before, it gave you a little more information. I know that this place, at least 6 or 7 months ago, was empty. Okay, I know that it was empty. So that means, and then when she gave me the cue that somebody is living, oh, these people I said, how long has it been empty now? Not now, I just said, how long has it been empty? She said 15 days. So that means that somebody moved out within the last 6 months. And so that tells me that they left. And it may not be true that they left because of a job, because if they had only been there 6 months and there's 2 people living there, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't really add up to me in regards to that. The rent is a little bit more, which is fine, because if I'm doing rent to own and that's going toward the mortgage and all that, that's cool with me. Because I would like to own, I don't want any hassles. I'm going to go back and look at the video that I took of it, because there's lots of little small rooms and stuff, and I'm going to try to think about how I'm going to use each room. But yeah, it's 3 bathrooms. 3 bathrooms, which is good, because then I can have an office like in every part of the house without having to worry about having to jump up and go across the other side of the house to get to the bathroom, you know. There's 3 washer dryer connections. Um, it's pretty cool. She said it was 5 bedroom. I didn't count the number of rooms, but there's a lot of rooms. Um, yeah. And then there's a shed out back. It doesn't have electricity in it, but I can always, rig it up. And then there's like a little port where I can do like, I would make it like an outside porch or something like that. But I'm pretty happy with it. Um, I'm so hungry. I need to go eat. So let me make this point. When I get hungry, I get like this. I'm just going in circles right now. But so the point about looking at things with fresh eyes. My first impression, I didn't know, I wasn't aware that I'd spoken to her before. It was a good thing that I wasn't aware, because if I was aware, I would have came in with a prejudged mental attitude, disposition, and everything, and it could have affected our interaction. For the good or for the bad, it could have affected it. But being that I came in as an innocent child and did not know that I'd spoken to her before until the appointment was already made, because if I had known, I probably wouldn't have set the appointment. And if I set the appointment, it would have been out of desperation. If there's desperation, that makes other people feel weird, and it makes you feel weird too. And the other portion of that is, when we talked about the appointment, she was just like, because at first she said Saturday, then she was like, oh, I don't want to waste my time driving out there if you're not going to be there. And I'm like, what? Because she had preconceptions. And I'm like, I guess because she dealt with so many people that said they were coming and they didn't. And I was offended. I was just like, if I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. She was like, call me before you. I didn't say it that way, but, a variation of that, appropriate variation of that. She was like, well, call me when you're on your way. And I'm like, well, if we agree to be there at 8 o'clock, then we should be there at 8 o'clock. And if any of us have a change of plans, we need to reach out to that other person, And then basically she was feeling it because she was just like, she's not showing up here on her day off and it don't be nobody there. And I was like, I'm not calling you on that day, because that's what happened last time. I call you on that day and you tell me that you rented to someone else, 10 minutes before I'm supposed to be there. So I so I'm busy in myself, because at first I'm like, okay, I can go get me something to eat before it's time for me to meet up with her. But then I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna sit here and watch TikTok videos until it's time for me to meet up with her. Then dog, time went by so fast, the time had came and I was sitting here. And that's why it's important not to judge, because when you point fingers at other people, because I ended up being late. I didn't leave here until 10 o'clock. So I didn't get there until 10:15. Okay. And I hadn't called. I like 5 minutes after I texted and was like, hey, I'm 5 minutes away. But then I didn't realize I was on the wrong street. So it was another 5 minutes. So we have to bend sometimes. And each interaction that we have and each person that we deal with, individual company, we have to learn to love and to come at them with the most open, honest, and sincere heart. And like they're the best person in the world, because things happen. And if things happen and there's an opportunity for things to be good, let's make that happen too. And the way that we interact with people can control that. So I probably didn't make my point, and I shouldn't speak those things to myself, because probably somebody may have caught what I was trying to say. But it's important to look at people, places, and things through fresh eyes. Sometimes ignorance, like they said, is bliss, that you don't know, so that you can treat it like you don't know. And so the expectations of what's going to come out of that situation are endless. But anyhow, I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat. I don't know where. Yesterday I don't think I posted. I forgot the name of Cabrador or something. But today I might go there for wings later on. I don't know, but I think, is it open now? It's open now. I might go there for wings now. Yeah, it's open now. I can go now. And I should have said it on live, huh? But oh well. So I don't care. I'm going. I'm going. I might get wings. Wings is not on the lunch menu special, but I don't mind trying that out. And I may also stop by Popeyes and Burger King just so I can have a stock of already prepared food, which I don't know if it's a good idea either, because when you're trying to buy a house, I don't need to be spending $20 on fast food. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I'm about to buckle down and do it. But after I get my food rations and all that straight, I'm coming back here and I'm gonna clean up real good.
that like some clean, doing a change of shit. Yes. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've been watching too much TikTok, so if you're just like that's not, that's where it's coming from. Okay, so you get exposed to a lot of people, places, and things. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go eat now because I'm hungry. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. And I hope that each interaction that you have, that you treat it fresh and new and you act like it's going to be the best interaction ever and expect the best out of that interaction. Expect it, then receive it. And if even if it doesn't work out that way, you expected it and you had the joy of expecting the best for a little bit. Yeah. And then the reality of it is you'll be educated on how to manage it in the future and try not to hold that perception, but keep the knowledge in the background. So I love y'all. I'm out of here because I need to eat. Peace.